Hiya. Client of mine asked me a couple of days ago about long reining her horse and how she might start going about it and teaching her horse to long rein, because she thought it might be beneficial for her horse to get her out and about. And it's something I do quite a bit of with my horses, particularly if I've got a horse like this one. This horse is Destiny. She's a warm blood mare, and she's coming back into work after quite a long period off. So long reining, I think, is a really beneficial way to get her out and about, seeing the world, and start working on some hill work, introduce some poles, all of those sorts of things, just really getting her ready and strong enough to start to be ridden again. So I thought I might use her to show you just a few little hints and tips about how I would start getting my horse going with some long reining. So I've got a bridle on her, I've got a line, I've got a second line available once I'm ready for it. But the first thing I'm going to show you is what I would do almost in prep. So actually I would usually start with one line rather than two, and I do a little bit of prep work first, especially if your horse hasn't done it before, to just get them used to having the ropes around you. Because one of the things you'll find with long reining is the ropes end up all over the place, and so actually you want to start to get your horse used to, if the rope falls on the ground or something happens or it ends up round their bottoms, are they used to that feeling? So I'll show you a couple of things that I would do to get started with that. From here on in on the video, I've done a bit of voiceover simply because the sound quality on the video wasn't that great. So what you can see me doing here is just getting Desi used to the feel of the rope. So I'm rubbing her all over with it. And if your horse wasn't used to this or was a bit more worried than she is, she's obviously done it before, you'd go a little bit slower and you probably take your time a little bit more about it. But what I want her to do is to get used to the rope, feel of the rope all the way around her body, around her legs, kind of everywhere, so it doesn't surprise her. And at least this way, if she has got some sensitive areas, I've checked it out and I know about that beforehand. And once I've done that, the next thing I want to do is get her used to the feel of the rope around her bottom. When you're long reining, and especially once you've got the ropes down alongside the horse, it's inevitable that they're going to feel it on their bottom by the tail. So I use this little exercise here to just help her and help the horse get used to that feel. Make sure you don't creep up, so watch how I'm taking my time to work my way back to her bum, so it's not a shock to the system. She doesn't all of a sudden feel a rope and go, ah, what the heck's going on there? And especially if you've got a horse that might be liable to kick, you want to really take your time and make sure that you don't give them a shock back there. And then just let her follow the feel of the rope, so she can just turn round, and she's starting to give her some solutions about what to do about that feel. If she does feel it, she can feel the rope and she can actually give to that rope. Right, so I've got two lines on now, and I'm just going to get Desi in position because I'm going to start to teach her about go and stop. I'm going to use my voice, which obviously you won't hear because I'm voiceovering, but basically I'm just going to use a and walk on. And I'm also going to use my body, so you see me raise my energy in my body, and then if she doesn't go, you'll see me just tap her gently on the back with that rope. And I'm going to keep the rope over her back for a little while, just while I start to set up this communication. And I'm also not too worried about where she goes at this stage, as long as she walks alongside me and we start to get go and stop sorted out. What you'll see is, as I start to ask her to stop, I'm going to use my outside rein. So see me just start to shorten up that outside rein, just put a little bit of pressure on it, and then just wait until she comes to a stop. As soon as she comes to a stop, I then release that pressure, so she gets a little kind of pressure and release type reward. And again, as we start to get that going, and you can see now she's starting to be a little bit more confident, I can then start to move a little bit further back. So I can use both reins there, and same thing, just a little bit of pressure to ask her to stop, and then as soon as she does, just release that pressure. And there I'm asking her to go again, a little tap with the rope to say, please walk on. And I'm just going to repeat that a few times so that she just gets used to it and she can get more confident in what she's doing. And again there, a little bit of pressure on the ropes, stop, and rub her. And again, I really want to make sure that I keep rubbing her and keep letting her know that I'm back there. You're in a pretty vulnerable position back there, so you want to make sure that you're not going to give your horse any kind of surprises. And once we've got the stop and go mastered, now we're looking at a little bit of turning. So just a little bit of pressure on that right rein to ask her to go to the right. And then at the moment I'm still passing the ropes over the top of her back, getting her used to that feeling and getting her used to me being on either side. And you'll find horses are different. Some horses find this easier, some horses will find it easier with the ropes alongside them pretty quickly. But you'll see with this one, I'm just getting her used to this, and then as she gets better, and now she's feeling pretty good, I'm going to have the ropes round her sides so that they go round her bum. And again, same thing, I'm just going to keep playing with those little turns. And there she kind of blew out through her nose, and which is a great sign that she's actually really starting to understand and relax into what she's doing. I'm going to hand over to the video sound now for the end. Good girl. Good. And don't creep up on your horse at this stage. Make sure you keep talking to them so they kind of expect, look where their ears are. Are they paying attention to you back there? And again, and I haven't put a roller or a saddle on her right now. What I've done is just left the ropes free so I can move them around and open the rein out so I can really show her which direction to go in. Good girl. And that's how I prefer to get going. If you find yourself dropping the ropes or whatever, or you find yourself it's hard to keep the ropes up, then you might want to consider using a roller a little bit sooner so that you've got some rings to keep the ropes up on, or even using the saddle to help support those ropes. But yeah, I hope you found that useful, and if you've got anything that you'd like me to do a little snippet like this on over the next few weeks, then drop me a line and I'll see what I can sort out for you. Have fun. Bye bye.